I'm Ewan. I'm the General Manager at Moorabbin Air Museum, and I'll just give you a quick history of our museum, which began in 1962 when this aircraft up here, which is a Beaufighter, was rescued off the back beach at Portsea, where it was being used as playground equipment by the kids at the Lord Mayor's camp. That was restored, and then over the subsequent years we've built up a collection of 60 aircraft and engines. Some of them are the oldest surviving examples, and some of them are actually the only surviving examples in the world. Amongst other things, we've actually had reports over many years of strange goings on after dark, particularly around the Beaufighter, where a little girl's voice has been heard on numerous occasions, and also the other event seems to be footsteps. They're the most common things, but often enough we've had cold spots as well, which have been reported by people. This is the only fully complete one in the world. There's only 6 of them left now globally, and there's no flyers, purely again because you need probably 10 to 12 million to actually get it back up in the air, and then it's all the regulations and overhaul, and there's just not enough engine parts left to warrant that. So we could turn it on and we could run the propellers, but it'll blow everything else out through the wall. It's a pretty powerful aircraft. So underneath there though, there's actually a war relic from New Guinea, which is the wreck of a Kawasaki Ki Tony, and this is actually on long-term loan to us from a guy who recovered it. As you can see, it's suffered heavily over time, which is totally normal because these things are now approaching 80 plus years old. And so there's shrapnel damage down the side, bullets. So
there's a very young little girl that comes here. She is, I'm going to say about 3 or 4, maybe 5 at the max. She is attached to this wreckage here, and she runs around here happily with all the planes. She likes to walk around with some of the volunteers, especially the girls. She tries to hold their hands, and she tries to make them know that she's here. So, but she's a very happy little girl. And yeah, we have seen her tonight, so maybe we'll pick her up while we're investigating.
Okay, if there's anybody here, especially the little girl, that likes to hang around this little area, could you come up here and meet us? We'd love to meet you.
If I put my hand out, I'll hold your hand while you climb up so you don't fall.
If you're there, you can see that there's a green light. Can you go close to that? If you're close to Kerry, can you go close to that as well? So it shows us that you're here.
I can feel it. Can you come close to the green light for validation so that everyone knows what I can feel? I can definitely feel you holding my hand. I'm going to take my hand away, and you go and see Raven. She'll help you up.
Can you walk past these green lights on the floor? Can you see that red light there? And there's green dots on the floor. Can you walk across and touch the red light? It's really pretty.
We brought you a teddy bear and a doll. Go and have a look at the teddy bear and doll.
That's it right here. Do you like that all these planes are here? That they're being looked after? Or a yes, just touch the green light on the stairs or the red light just below the stairs.
All of a sudden I feel very emotional.
Okay, is that someone affecting Kerry? You know, with that red dot there, you can actually do Morse code. So you can talk to us that way if you like.
Did this helicopter catch on fire? Did this helicopter catch on fire?
Little girl. Little girl. Did you burn in a fire? Do you wear a yellow dress?
Oh, the yeah. Oh, the yeah.
Were you involved in the crash?
Did your mummy or daddy die in the crash?
Can you give us one of your names? Mm-hmm. Which plane are you from?
They're all big planes.
Alright, you know what we're going to do? We'll move this stuff to this area. If you're comfortable for it to be there. Okay? They may communicate easier with you.
They're not as strong tonight.
No,
I've got the choking sensation again. The one that I had that day that you were here.
Yeah, you were sitting on there as well.
I'm sitting here, but it's very,
Oh,
very.
there we go.
it's-
Look, there we're going.
Yeah, it's very weak.
So,
Now, whoever's here, going to ask some questions. If you can answer yes by crossing the rods, or by answering no by moving the rods away from each other. Are you the Japanese fighter pilot? Are you somebody associated with the fighter pilot? Are you the little girl? Did you work on this plane, the big one above me, the Beaufighter? Are you angry? Well, are you the one that's trying to choke me? Cross the rods if yes. No?
If you are happy with the work that Ewan is doing here, can you open up the rods and give him a big hug? Flick them right back and give him a hug. Swing them back.
You know I'm proud to work on these aircraft.
There you go.
Thank you.
Keep going. Got to swing both rods back to his shoulders. Give him a big hug. Let him know you appreciate what he does. Would you like somebody else to hold the rods?
It's fine.
That was
Okay, so you just
a
Yep.
that went off there.
Can you do that again? Yep, thank you. That's validation. I'll say names, and the person that you want to hold the rods, you make it flicker like that. Kelly.
Let's say that was a yes.
Yep. Kerry.
Little one.
Oh, there's your hug.
Thank you.
Kelly. Come on, no games. Is it Kerry? Okay. Kelly? Well, what if they both sit on the sandbags? Yes, that went to the orange. Here we go. All right, we'll do that.
I can sit on the chair here, sandbags.
Now, straighten the rods up so they're facing each other, please. Okay. Now, for a yes, you will swing Kerry's. For a no, you will swing Kelly's. Okay? Do you understand?
Mine's moving. Yes.
Okay.
Straighten it up again. Thank you.
Now, Ewan was asking you some questions before, so we'll get him to ask you that again.
Are you the one that's trying to choke me?
No.
I don't know, mine's moving too now.
It's not a big swing, though. It's a definite no. Okay, can you straighten them up again? Thank you for that. Can you straighten the rod up again,
Straighten it
please?
up.
Just on it.
Did you fly the big green aircraft?
No. Two orbs just went through the rods.
Have you been told not to speak to us?
Yes, mine's really, I can really feel it trying. Yeah, there you go.
Yep. They've been told not to talk.
Okay, straighten the rod up again for us.
Have you been told not to speak to us from the... Okay. The
That's
rest
a
of the
definite.
question was somebody from here.
Right.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you straighten it up again?
Do you want the men to leave? No. Do you want us ladies to leave? This is a men's club.
That's a no.
That's a no.
Is that you making all that noise over there in the corner?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, that was a quick move back.
I want another orb.
Do you remember swearing at me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Bring the rod back.
Thank
forward.
you.
Thank you.
Have you got the little girl with you? Tell me the truth. I just want to say hello to her. Is that okay? Thank you.
Yes. We'd all like to meet her.
Bring the rod back, please.
We wanted to know she's safe when we're around. And when Ewan is around, he's here every day.
Yep. Has she been running around here with the volunteer staff?
Yes.
Are you a former member of the museum?
Wow, that was
Yes.
strong.
Yes.
Bring the rod back again for me, please. Straighten it up. Just keep going. Straight it right up.
Do you know who it is, Ewan?
Thank you.
No, not yet. Is your name John?
Yes. Do you like it here?
Yes. Are you happy about the new stuff that's coming in? Yeah.
Didn't even have to finish that question.
He doesn't know.
So what was
He
it?
just
It's
knows
been
it's
taken
been
out
taken.
for repairs.
It's a thing that they teach them to.
Yeah, so it's not
to
here,
fly
so you can't
blind,
point to it.
Which is a method of flying.
So
with
he's
a
pointing
instrument.
over there for some reason.
So if it's the
That's me.
trainer that you say is missing, can you please move my rod?
Yep, that's validation.
Yeah.
One last question. Just to verify, are you John, the person Ewan said? Are you John? Yes.
Took a while, but yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
And over here, this is one of our naval aircraft, which is the de Havilland Sea Venom. A couple of times a person has been spotted actually sitting in the cockpit. That's actually one of the rarer occurrences here. So we're here at the entrance to the museum, the main hangar. At the moment, because of our space constraints, there's another 26 aircraft that aren't on display yet. However, we've got everything from much older aircraft like the one up on the pole there, which used to belong to mining magnate Lang Hancock. That's Gina Reinhardt's dad, which he used for exploring and locating mines in WA in the 1930s. And from that, then you come along to the more modern things, to this Mirage fighter, which was made under licence in Australia down at Fisherman's Bend in Victoria. As you can see here, it's still got the name of the pilot, Wing Commander Reg Meissner. And it's got the Sabre jet, which is more post-World War II, Cold War era, Malayan crisis, and that's a single seat jet, and one of the first ones that could basically travel at Mach. So this is part of the naval collection. They were resided on aircraft carriers, hence the fact the wings are folded up. That also frees up some space for it, which is really good. Things that we have for kids especially, or kids at heart, we've got trainers, which we've updated to have static simulators. B9 simulator, which has been modified now, so it's got alarms, shakers, got film, and it's quiet at the moment, but we've actually got a live feed into the air traffic control tower at the airport. So if they can hear what's going on, makes it a little bit more authentic. It was impossible for us to actually put the motion equipment in there because it was originally paper tape computer routines. That's how old it is. And it would have actually gone up and out the roof. It was so high. This is part of the oldest surviving Beaufort bomber in the world, which is A9-13. This one's currently, just the cockpit at the front is on display. The rest of it's actually being restored at the moment, which again is a long-term project. These things can generally take anywhere between 3 to 10 years, depending on the complexity, what's required, and how many parts we've got to locate or manufacture, and of course, money, lots of it. So on this side, we've got the famous CAC Wirraway. This was made down at Fisherman's Bend and was the go-to trainer for pilots learning to fly during World War II. And what's special about this one is that it's the oldest survivor, the oldest surviving CAC Wirraway. We've actually reunited it with a couple of pilots who flew it not long before they passed. We were able to get them back into the cockpit and they had an absolutely fantastic time. So our job now is to obviously save these things and have them as a testament to not only those who flew them, but also the ingenuity and engineering and all of that, and how it's led to modern air travel in particular. So it's obviously come a long way. So, and down the back, we have another kind of bookend, really. We've got another early trainer, which is the famous tiger moth. You still see them around town. They do joy flights. And they've actually got a couple here at the airport. There's some down at Torquay. Open cockpit, so you're flying with the wind, but it's not a very fast aircraft, so it's not too bad. And then you've got a crew module here from an F-111, which was the legendary, they called them the pig. They were the mainstay, even though they never saw active combat with Australia, they were the main go-to point for us for decades. And they're also a big fixture at air shows when they do their famous dump and burn with the flame racing out the back. So, and then finally, this is where it's at now. This is one of the prototype Kingfisher UAVs hanging from the roof. And there it is. That's what a lot of it is now. They've got, Boeing are doing the Loyal Wingman program, or Ghost Bat I think it's called, down at Fisherman's Bend. They'll be moving up to Toowoomba, I believe, fairly soon. So you can see underneath all the big engines that used to power the older aircraft. Nowadays they need something like that, and somebody sitting in the comfort of their living room can drive it.
So we were down here investigating, and we actually got some quite a lot of activity around this tank here, which is from a aeroplane, the Red Baron. We got some unusual activity around this. We also got some unusual activity around this propeller on the wall, and the plane right behind you. There's been a person in the cockpit of that as well.
And finally, over here, this is actually the oldest section of the museum. The wings that are up on the wall are 100 and, I've got to remember this now, 110 years old. And they're the only surviving wings of the BE-2 anywhere in the world. Haven't heard anything of incidences occurring here. But over here though, we have what is widely believed to be the Red Baron's fuel tank out of his Fokker DR1 triplane. We have had certain things happen here, mainly just with temperature shifts and things like that, but you never know what's going to happen on any given occasion.
Spirit, you can use these rods to communicate with us. For a yes to an answer, we would like you to cross the rods. For a no, we would like you to open the rods further. We're not here to do any harm, we're just here to try and communicate with you tonight. If there are any spirits here that would like to communicate with us, please cross the rods.
There it goes.
Thank you. Red Baron, are you here tonight and willing to communicate with us? Please cross the rods if yes. No. Okay. If the pilot from the plane that this fuel tank is from is here, can you please cross the rods for me? Thank you. Please open the rods for me. You've told us that you're willing to communicate with the rods. Can you please touch the light?
No.
Were you a pilot that knew the Red Baron? Cross the rods if yes. cross the rods if you recognise any of the females who are here tonight. Can you point both rods towards the person that you recognise?
It's pointing at you, Kelly. Would you like Kelly to come and speak with you? Well, that's a definite yes. Now we're bringing Kelly, but you've got to promise that you'll touch that red light, that black and red box that's sitting there. She'll be next to it, okay? Yep, that was a strong yes. No. All right, Kelly's there now. She's right next to that red and black round box. Can you touch that?
Go different colours for me. Can you make the beak?
All you've got to do is touch it.
Do you want me to do it first?
Okay, open your eyes.
Your turn.
Okay. Come on. Touch the light for us, please. Make it go big.
Turn it on. All right, we're in this big aeroplane. Slow down. It's been flown around in America. It's done so many flights. It's trained people. Is that right? How many times did this aeroplane fly? Are you speaking a different language? What a sound like, doesn't it? Sounds like a different language. Are you from the Philippines? Yeah. We're friends. Could you speak in English to us? Okay.
Were you an air hostess?
Nope. Nope. You're a pilot. Can you come and take a seat? Bird.
This is a big bird.
Can you come and sit next to us and touch that red light? We'd love to meet one of the pilots. Can you tell us your name? That girl again.
Can you come and help me fly the plane? I don't know which buttons to press.
Help her. Could you teach Kerry, please?
If I turn around,
Not sure.
because I'm sitting like this, and it's like, is it turn around?
Maybe. Should you turn around?
I'll
Okay.
turn around.
Yep.
Okay, I've turned around.
What button do we press now?
Do I press this one? Do I pull this one? Do I hold the wheel? Airport. Airport.
Did you say airport?
And then it said, let's go.
All right, we're getting ready to go. How do we turn the engine on? So where do we go? Do we need to go to 15,000?
Get out.
We're trying to learn. Do we need to touch anything up here?
Maybe this button?
No, that's the wrong
Wrong
one.
button? This button. Can you tell me if it's a white or black button?
There's a few red buttons that say disconnect.
I've got so freaking dizzy.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
All right, we're going to leave here. Yep, okay. I know you're a bit worried that we're going to crash the plane, so we're going to leave, okay? So you know that it's not going to get harmed. Thank you for your time.